Well, the joys of being American-owned. Well, it's not how I hoped things would turn out, but we're still running. Oh, and your condo's still worth something. At least. Well, I've got some work to do.
Very good. Good luck, old friend.
Hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Pablo Escobar, and as you can see, we have just completed the sixth and final mission for the Casino DLC, don't you know, and so, as I have been informed by numerous videos, I should now be in possession of an Enus Paragon R armored, don't you know, rather a mouthful there. Okay, now we can see different awards popping up there in the bottom left-hand corner above the mini-map, but so far, nothing to do with the Paragon R armor, don't you know, and getting rather boring waiting, isn't it? Right, yes, and it appears Mr. Raccoon has got rather fed up with waiting altogether now, don't you know? Okay, well, I'm going to stick around, you know, I want to know what the heck's going on here. I'm going to call my mechanic and see if it hasn't just been delivered to my penthouse garage, you know. Okay, right, let's have a look. Right, okay, there we are, penthouse garage. Right, okay, don't see it in there. Right, not a good sign, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, we're gonna head on down to the casino. You know, that's where Mr. Raccoon has gone, and like I say, I do believe that like I say, numerous videos have assured me that once completing the 6 missions, ladies and gentlemen, for the casino, you get like I say, you get a free Enus Paragon R armored, and yet I do not seem to be in possession of one. And so we're gonna go and speak to the good lady, Miss Agatha Baxter, don't you know, or Baker, right? Okay, what's going on?
So I'm finalizing the accounts before they go off to Duggan. And there's some large cash reserves that don't seem to be in the deal they signed. I'm thinking I just send it to you as a dividend. Considering how instrumental you were in the deal, it's the least we could do. And feel free to come spend some of it at the casino, of course. Enjoy.
Right, okay, cash dividends all well and good, Miss Baker, but I'm in want of a Enus Paragon R armored, don't you know? So I think, like I said, we're gonna have to take a walk on inside and speak to the management. Yes, to Mr. Raccoon, it is a rather exciting time. Like I say, we have just, right, what's that, loose chain? Right, I'm not gonna relaunch mission, certainly no. Right, okay, right, can I go up there? No, right, it's gonna have to be the stairs. Yes, like I say, right, can I go through that? No, it's gonna have to be the stairs. Right, okay, what's this now? Right, this is strange, I'm getting a message from her now, Miss Baker. Right, okay, well, there we go, something about I think that's something along the line. She's obviously, I've been looking at the security cameras, and she's seen me coming up to have a word with her, and she's, well, quite frankly, she's lost her nerve, hasn't she? And she sent me that text. Doubtless she was trying to keep that car for herself. Yes, don't bother to get it, my darling. I'm going to go and speak to your boss, you know. Yes, this Miss Baker, it is a rather strange character, you know, trying to withhold vehicles from me. Right, listen to me, lady. Don't pretend to be on your phone. If you ever try anything like that again, I'm going to come back here and shoot you in the back of the head. You understand? Yes, I know it's my standard threat, ladies and gentlemen, but it seems to work on people. Okay, now we're going to head on down. As I say, she did send me a text of some sort there, I believe, saying it was strange, keep finding things in the accounting or whatnot. Yes, hello, Mr. Raccoon. I'm afraid we're going to have to go and pick the vehicle up ourselves, don't you know? Okay, we're going to head on out the nightclub, you know. So, yes, that's the general gist of it. I do believe that we have now been given, or rather, I have now been given that Enus R armored, or Paragon R armored, don't you know? And there we go, we're going to have to go and pick it up from somewhere. Okie dokie, right here, heading on outside the casino now. We're going to check the mini-map, or check the main map, I should say. And there we go, that question mark doubtless is what we are looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now we're going to go and get down. We need a vehicle, of course, and Mr. Raccoon has been kind enough to drive us in the Insurgent. Like I say, we have just completed that final casino mission, and we did indeed use the Insurgent for it, so that's the vehicle we have at our disposal currently. Righty, okay, let's have a look. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Enus Paragon R armored. Okay, right, very interesting. There we go. Yeah, it's rather splendid looking vehicle, isn't it? Really, you can see why it's armored on the side there. That sort of detailing on the door there indicates it's armored. Yes, and I think it'll give me an option where to send it, so I'll send into my casino penthouse garage. Yes, and it appears Mr. Raccoon not impressed whatsoever. He does own the sports model, you know. Come on, Mr. Raccoon, don't be like that. Yes, there we go. I've talked him into getting on inside, don't you know? He wanted to take his insurgent back. Wasn't impressed in the slightest, you know. Okie dokie. Right, well, the first things first, ladies and gentlemen. I have been told, I said, by the videos informed me that I would indeed get my paws on one of these vehicles, you know. Do make a point, you know, of stating that apparently the vehicles that come out of the casino are not insured, don't you know? So should you be unfortunate enough to win that Bugatti, you know, that True Fade Thrax on the spin of the lucky wheel there, then apparently that vehicle will not be insured and you'll need to insure it yourself. And apparently very much the same with this Paragon R Armored, ladies and gentlemen, as you don't know, or rather as you know, as I say there, yes, not insured, so we want these to get it to Los Angeles Customs as soon as possible, as soon as you get it, don't you know, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, insure the wretched thing, you know, so no one can come along and blow you up and take it off you, lose it for good then. This is apparently the only way you can get your hands on the armor, you know, ladies and gentlemen, is to undertake the casino mission, and I do believe it's granted to you only on your first attempt. So yes, it really is most imperative that you go and get it insured, I've been informed. Okay, and here we go. Now I don't know if that's a glitch. Maybe Rockstar will, maybe they won't be relevant for long. Maybe Rockstar will patch that glitch, you know, and insure the cars and go to the casino. But currently that is not the case. So I've been informed. So okay, here we are. Now we're taking it down to Los Santos Customs, don't you know? And we're gonna go ahead and just repair the vehicle, of course. And we're not gonna have it modified here. That'd be a waste of time, I feel. We're gonna go ahead and just purchase the insurance. That's what we're looking for, isn't it? I completely forgot what I was doing here for a moment. Okie dokie, so where is it then? Loft theft prevention. There we go. Right. Okay. Right, well, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? It appears the different videos have stated that this vehicle does not come insured. Well, they seem to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. My vehicle certainly did seem to be insured, and there we go. Right, okay. Now we could show some more sort of street driving, but we're going to head on back over to the Maze Bank so we can put it across. Whoops, it is nearly lost it there. We're going to put it down. Here we are. We're back at the Maze Bank, don't you know, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I say, we come over here so we can do the standard lap, you know, and give you a sort of comparison with the other cars if you've seen any of the other videos there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here we go. This is a standard lap, and we're going to just see what the Paragon R Armored is all about. Right, okay, that's a shame. I hit that post there and lost traction, didn't I? Okay, so first things first, what do we think? Well, we know that the Paragon itself is a very fast vehicle, and this car does feel it too. You know, it does actually feel faster. Again, I've been told in previous videos that this car is in fact faster than the Paragon R Sport, you know, and it does indeed feel it. It's quite heavy on the road, I gotta be quite frank with you, ladies and gentlemen, but the handling is extremely good, don't you know? So okay, we're going to put it around this bottom corner, and there we go. That's an example for you. Didn't come off the road whatsoever. Okay, yeah, so what do we think? Very nice car to drive, ladies and gentlemen. Very fast, very agile, you know, good handling, good traction and all that, all together, very nice. Okay, now I should be pointed out, of course, that this is the unupgraded version, so we're going to take it on inside now to the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen, and go and get the necessary modifications. Right, okay, here we go. Now we're going to go through some of the more basic elements to start with before we move on to the more stylistic elements. Okie dokie, so we're going to slam it to the ground and add the turbo and all that sort of business, don't you know? Okay, bulletproof tires fully equipped as well. Jolly good to know, or something I often overlook. Right, I don't normally put the black windows on, but it appears I have on this occasion. Now here we go, ladies and gentlemen, on to the more stylistic elements. Like I say, run through the standard sort of hoi polloi, the rigmarole at the start there, one moment. We're going to, like I say, the more stylistic elements. Okay, how about that? Fans on the front, right? Okay, don't know about that. Right, and here we go. Okay, hood options and such forth, and why not? Okay, so like I say, just to point out, reiterate a few points, ladies and gentlemen, and on liveries. How about that? Yes, okay. Like I say, I believe this is this can only be accessed, this particular vehicle, vehicle by completing the casino missions. And it should be pointed out, ladies and gentlemen, by completing the casino missions as host, you cannot simply acquire this vehicle simply by completing them and walking along or going along with somebody else. You know, you do actually have to host a mission. You have to complete all 6 of them, and I believe you only get this vehicle on your first go through, as it were. Like I say, I heard tell that it wasn't insured, and so you were in risk of losing that vehicle if you didn't act quickly enough. But that does appear to be not the case, ladies and gentlemen. The verisimilitude of that statement is somewhat in question, I would say. Right, okay, well, here we go. Stuck a spoiler on it and one on, you know. We've put a bit of livery on it, and I do think we're going to keep it in a dark colour, as it is an armoured car. Right, okay, well, we've done the necessary upgrades, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and see how she feels now around this standing lap, as we say. Right, okay, we're taking up to the top corner by the cemetery here, and okay, around we go, and very nice indeed, ladies. My goodness, this is absolutely fantastic, you know. This car, to be quite frank, I don't wish to downplay it, I don't wish to insult the vehicle, but it sort of reminds me of the Enus Elegy, don't you know, only a much better version of it. It's got excellent handling, very responsive, grips the ground, you know. So great traction there. I mean, that spoiler's certainly going to help, isn't it? Extremely fast acceleration. And look at that top speed. My good God, it's going absolutely... Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, I'll be perfectly frank with you, ladies and gentlemen. I attempted to handbrake around that corner, so I've not done the car any favours there. I wouldn't take that as an indication in any way of the driving or its sort of ability to handle corners at high speed. I'm sure that it can. It is really a very fantastic, very fine vehicle. This, I would highly recommend getting one, to be quite frank with you. Like I say, you get it for free essentially if you complete those missions, don't you know? I mean, you have to buy a penthouse, of course, and one that I presume to launch those missions, but there we go. Okay, now we got to hand over to Mr. Raccoon, don't you know? Wants to get his paws on this himself. Like I say, Mr. Raccoon is in possession of the Enus Paragon R Sports, and he is rather taken with it. In fact, he destroyed pretty much every car I care about the other night with it, and I'm really rather sore about it still. Okay, but he is interested in getting himself one of these. Owns himself a penthouse, you know, going through his missions with him. He's helping me, I'm helping him. And I happen to have got mine first. I said I've been very kind and very gracious to help me undertake my missions, don't you know? And so, yes, he wants to go in my vehicle, and I'm certainly not going to refuse that request now, am I? Okay, and as you can see, he's doing a much better job of handling it. Okay, right, maybe not. And there you go, spinning off at the end. Okie dokie, why don't you didn't slam into a tree like I did. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Enus Paragon R Armored. What do we think? Well, it's absolutely fantastic. You know, it certainly feels a lot faster than the Paragon R Sports. Certainly, like I said, the videos say so. But of course, there is only one way to be sure. Hello, Mr. Raccoon. Yes, how are you doing? Coming spinning in as he likes to do from time to time. Okay, so this is the Paragon R Armored, ladies and gentlemen, against the Paragon R Sports. And as you can see, those videos I referred to stating how much faster the armored version is are apparently quite incorrect. Now, it should be pointed out a certain thing here that Mr. Raccoon is a better driver, yes, but if you look at the big gopping spoiler on the back of my Paragon there, one would think that would perhaps provide greater traction. You know, I have pretty much done this car up to the limit. And if we take a look at Mr. Raccoon's Paragon there, we'll see that it doesn't actually have such a large spoiler providing the downforce, the traction and whatnot. Okay, so what do we think here? We go off the line. Well, yes, the Armored does have slightly faster acceleration, it would seem, but not a faster top end. It does seem that the on the sort of top end acceleration there, the Sports has. I mean, one would expect that, really. You know, armored car presumably heavier and whatnot. You know, it makes perfect sense in the real world. Not that this is the real world, of course, but it makes perfect sense that it would, in fact, an armored vehicle would be slower, and it does, in fact, appear that is the case. Now, of course, like I say, Mr. Raccoon, a far more proficient driver on this game than myself, you know, and so maybe I'm letting the vehicle down here. So I'm going to take charge of the sports version now, and Mr. Raccoon is going to go into the armored version, and this time, in fact, I get away faster, and I can assure you I'm going to stay there, ladies and gentlemen. Right, okay, so there we go. Like I say, other videos you may have seen that talk about the armored. Whoops at daisies. Right, okay, wasn't paying attention. Right, okay, that may have been a gut of ball, I'm afraid. Right, okay, well there we go, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Even with an atrocious corner where I basically came to a stop and had to turn around completely, this car is still apparently going to beat the Paragon R Armored, and yes it does, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well there is no question about that, like I say, so one may wish to call into question the accuracy of those other videos. It does appear, at least on 3 consecutive tests here, the armor has failed to beat the sports. Okay, well there is only one further question, ladies and gentlemen. How armored is the Armored R Paragon? Right, okay, let's have a look then. Mr. Raccoon is only too happy, I'm sure, to send me to hell. So there we go. Right, okay, it can take one RPG, ladies and gentlemen. Can it take 2? Right, no it can't. Right, okay, so it only has a mild armor. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Do I recommend the Paragon R Armored? Well, yes, I do, I think, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you get it for free if you complete those missions. It's an armored vehicle. It's very, very fast. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.